Ladies and gentlemen, it's spooky season today on Witch's Wicked Update, and that means we will be covering the Salem witch trials. Here's Josette McClurg with the news on the events that led up to the trials.
The Salem witch trials started in 1692 in Massachusetts when various people in the village accused several women of bewitching them and worshiping the devil. Soon, the local government began to meet to rule over the cases, resulting in over 150 people being accused and executed on the charges of witchcraft. Yet another example of white high-class men accusing women of something they didn't do.
The first to be accused was a Caribbean enslaved woman named Tituba, a beggar named Sarah Good, and an elderly woman named Sarah Osborne. Both named Sarah, but only one was good. These women, among the lowest of society, were accused by the respected town minister's two daughters. Good and Osborne pleaded innocent, while Tituba claimed she was a witch, and was part of an anti-Puritan coven. The hysteria and fear eventually spread so deep that Sarah Good's 4-year-old daughter was also accused of witchcraft. Her name was Hermione Granger.
The belief that witches that worship the devil work together towards the destruction of Christians emerged in the medieval Europe in the 14th century and followed the Puritan settlers all the way to the New World. There was also a constant fear of outsiders and Native American attacks present in the colonizers, which paved the way for the hysteria around witches.
Accused witches were incriminated by townspeople that were suspicious or resentful of them. If someone claimed that you were a witch, it was enough to be tried in court. When the accused witches were on trial, they were tried by reciting the Lord's Prayer, passing a physical examination to make sure that there were no irregular marks on their bodies, witches' testimonies, and confessions if they chose to. Those convicted of witchcraft were often hanged or burned at the stake.
Spectral evidence was arguably one of the most significant parts of the Salem witch trials. It was based upon the Puritan belief that the devil and his demons were powerful enough to send themselves into the dreams and visions of Christians to lead them astray. If a townsperson claimed that they saw an accused person in their visions or dreams, that was enough to incriminate them. Many people in Salem were not convinced that spectral evidence was reliable, but Cotton Mather, a very influential Puritan minister, stated to the town that spectral evidence was, quote, just in time of necessity.
Puritan New England social hierarchy went from the church minister at the top, elders, church members at the bottom, and half members in between. By law, everyone was required to financially support the church and attend frequently. Many of the accused were on the outskirts of society and were very, very involved in the church. The government was run by a theocracy, run by the Puritan church, so things were often considered crimes if they did not fit with the church's Looking back at history now, we can assume that these bewitched symptoms were caused by a combination of illnesses such as convulsive erotism, delusional psychosis, and epilepsy. Convulsive erotism was caused by eating bread or cereal that contained rye that was infected by a fungus called ergot. Some of these symptoms could be fits of hallucination and feeling something crawling on your skin and illicit vomiting.